Welcome one and all to today's Grand Prix here in southern Russia. A beautiful location besides the Black Sea, and a race that has been dominated so far by the Silver Arrows. Mercedes have won here 6 times in a row since the first Sochi Grand Prix in 2014. Can someone else muscle in on that record here today? It's time to go racing then in the Sochi Autodrome, where the long run down to the heavy braking zone at turn 2 is one of 2 DRS zones around this 3.6 mile circuit. The other, of course, down into turn 13. 18 corners make up a lap here today, with an average speed somewhere in the region of 130 miles an hour. With the Grand Prix nearly upon us, Anthony Davidson is by my side once again to offer his perspective. Let's talk about Gardner. No grid penalties, no mitigating circumstances, just a poor qualifying performance and a very disappointing start position for them today.
It's not a nice feeling, I promise you. They've got a quick car underneath them, but they've got onto the grid today and they need a pair of binoculars to see the start lights. They'll be desperate for a good start to make up for some of that deficit.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position. A very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Ricciardo, Kvyat, Lando Norris, and Gasly, Leclerc, Perez, Bottas, and George Russell, Albon, Verstappen, Nicholas Latifi, and Magnussen, Matsushita, Giovinazzi, Giuliano Alesi, and Nick De Vries, Joe, Gardner, Stroll. They've taken a grid penalty, and Esteban Ocon rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
The team are expecting a lot after your podium last race. Concentrate on getting into the points and push on from there.
Cheers, Jeff. Welcome everybody to another F1 2020 My Team JDM Racing video. We are at the back of the grid, as you saw in the qualifying snapshot there at the start of the video. Taken out in Q1 by Valtteri Bottas on his, I guess either his cool down or his warm-up lap. Following him round, went to go and overtake him on our hot lap, and yeah, he just turned in on us. So we went to take the line and then hit the wall, and that was it before we could even set a time. So starting at the back of the grid. Now, interestingly enough, there are a lot of grid penalties there. Mercedes both taking grid penalties, and a couple of the guys starting behind me. So that's helped me a little bit, and obviously Lewis at the front carrying the mantle for us for this race. But we got a big job on our hands to get through this field, but we do have the car to do it. So it's going to be hopefully fun. Our main job is to finish ahead of Max for the title, for the championship. And we'll see where Lewis shakes out. Hopefully he can get the race win. I'm hoping if we can clear a lot of this traffic early, we should be able to get on the podium. But we'll see. We'll see. I think we just get straight down to it. All right, off we go. Get a fantastic start. Have to lift off there, just slightly. Go down the inside. Make a couple of positions there. Up to 17. Giovinazzi in the Alpha. Take the bollard. This was where we had the accident. So Magnussen closing in. We've got so much speed, but we can't use it right now. Locked behind these guys.
Well done, mate. Nice start.
Thanks, Jeff. A bit of a boost here though. Use our engine advantage. Switch to the right, which is going to be the inside. Get that one done. A lot more traction. See if we can get the boost on. Get the racing point as well. Gain a lot more traction. We go down the outside of the Williams. Get that move done as well. So we're carving through here. Carving through this field. We are quick in that back half of the lap as well. A lot later on the brakes there. In the Alpha. Matsushita. And again up to 13.
Brilliant. Nice move.
Jeff is pleased. Now we're already onto Verstappen. So this is the title fight. I think the other Mercedes is battling the Ferraris there. They're definitely
Let's
getting
use
held up.
overtake and burn some of this energy.
Fastest lap.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
It's DRS. Good exit off this corner. Now the DRS. There's a DRS chain though. Done on Max. That was quite straightforward in the end.
Okay, battery's looking good. You can use overtake to get past.
Getting the run on Leclerc. Got the engine power to do it. Going to push us really close to the wall. Get past the Ferrari. Staying with us for now. Broken the gap to Leclerc a little bit. We're going to go up the inside of Russell, over the curve a little bit. We're going to come around the outside with the ERS. And then switch back to the inside. And we get the move on Russell done as well. That was important to getting the points.
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
Chain again. Move to the right of Perez. He's in the points, finally, for Ferrari. Now chasing Albon in the AlphaTauri. Dive down the inside of Albon for 8th place. Here is our nemesis, Valtteri Bottas at this track. Lewis is in.
Lewis is in the pits.
Early pit stop for Lewis. I honestly feel like our lap times and our tyre wear is good enough to keep us going for a little bit. We get the move on Valtteri done nice and clean this time. Feel a lot quicker than some of these midfield cars, it has to be said. Going down the outside of Gasly. It's going to squeeze us into the wall a little bit. Hard there, but we've got him. We've got the move done. He'll be out at his own race. Not going to be a pushover. We've got much better traction, and we actually got the move done way quicker than I thought we would have there.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Kind of gifted that one to us a little bit. I said he was going to be pushover. Norris and Ricciardo then. On lap 7. Can we go long and make this work for us? Ricciardo blocks the inside line. Go to the outside and get the traction and the throttle down early, and we move into second. Lando Norris, after a slightly disappointing race last time out, is leading here. We carved through the field in 7 laps. We're going to go into the lead. Do overshoot it a little bit. Lando comes back round the outside. We get the move done. We had to make sure that these soft tyres have lasted a long time. But we're still going faster and faster on them, so going. Lewis with the fastest lap.
Some information on Latifi. They're retiring from the race.
Latifi's out. Here's Nicholas Latifi running in 20th place, just made his pit stop, running behind his teammate Nick De Vries. He's got the Renault bearing down on him down this back straight. Can he hold them off? He's doing a good job so far. Coming around the last couple of... Oh, and the engine's blown up. You can see the smoke coming out the back of that Williams. The Mercedes has let go. And Latifi is out. Latifi's car. We're going to pit now.
Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed.
I know we said lap 9, but I think that would be pushing it too far. Right down the end of the pit lane we are. Lewis.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Come out just behind Carlos Sainz. Joe, still on those softs. It's pitting.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button more.
DRS on Sainz now then. Defended hard there, moved right on the inside, made it very difficult for us. Norris is back, 3 seconds. DRS and DRS, this is going to be too powerful for him to be able to defend. Done on Sainz.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
So 12 seconds down the road on the soft tyre is Lewis Hamilton. 3 laps to go. I don't think we're going to be able to pull 4 seconds a lap to him. But Lewis is doing what we're paying him to do and win races from the front while we're having off days or trying to contend with problems in qualifying. To put us down the field, he is qualifying on pole and winning the race. Making sure that Mercedes don't win that Constructors title. Lewis Hamilton again, fastest lap. Absolutely smashed everyone this weekend. Still finished with a nice chunk of fuel and our best lap.
Brilliant, brilliant job, mate. That's a fantastic podium. Super driving, really strong pace. Very, very happy.
Thanks, Jeff. A nice 2 slot in behind Lewis. Happy with that from back of the field.
A hard-fought win today then, after a very difficult race. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
A show-stopping performance from the 3 drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure.
So all up on the podium, celebrating the 1-2.
So, let's review the drivers' standings. Gardner increases their championship lead. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I have to give it to Gardner. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
Let's move on to the Constructors. The current leaders continue to extend their lead at the top. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today, as they make their way up the standings. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Lewis Hamilton wins the Grand Prix from us, capping off a JDM 1-2. He takes the fastest lap in the extra point for 26 points in total. Carlos Sainz has a great race for Red Bull, and Ricciardo in 5th, so they and McLaren as well, 4th and 6th. So those 2 teams really capitalising on Mercedes' lack of form at this circuit. Valtteri Bottas caused us the problem in qualifying, but he qualifies in the top 10 and finishes in 7th for a good clutch of points. Danny Kvyat, his home race, qualifies strong, faded in the race. We saw that as we went past him. Max Verstappen 10th and George Russell 9th. You would hope that after taking those engine penalties that their pace was going to be a lot better than that. Lewis's pace, absolutely astonishing. 1 minute 31.9. I'm just checking here because I can see the two Mercs 1 minute 34.1s. I managed a 33.4, which was quicker than Sainz by a couple of tenths and quite comfortably quicker than the rest of the field. Lewis was a full... He was the only man to get into 31s. He was the only man who got underneath like 32s. So he, by 1.5 seconds, smashed the rest of the field for fastest lap. Unbelievable. Perez, we commented that he was in the points as we went past him, and he's not managed to score again. So it's a shame for him. Leclerc as well. De Vries's heroics. Last time out in the Williams, this time he can only manage 14th, but that's good racecraft to go up the field from 18th on the grid to 14th. He's got to be happy with that. And then coming down, Esteban Ocon. Don't know what happened there. Very strange to see him that far down. His fastest lap pace suggests he should have been up in the points really, but he did have 2 stops, so maybe he got some damage. And Latifi with the DNF. In terms of the championship, Lewis Hamilton is now our rival, our championship rival. We've still got a good couple of races to go, so it's not. He's still going to keep fighting. He's within. If he wins 3 races and we don't finish, then he could win the title. That's the gap at the minute. But Max Verstappen's dropped back after Mercedes' form and development has dipped, but they're also comfortably in second in the Constructors Championship as well. So not too much for them to worry about, but look at Ferrari down in 8th place. Wow. And Perez with just the 1 point. Not great. Not great at all. Let's check the highlights. So Lewis in front of the 2 Red Bulls. Managed to get a clean getaway. We had to be patient at this stage in the race. It would have been all too easy to just try and catch straight up from the start. Try and grab too many positions and break our front wing, but we didn't do that. We were patient, we took our time, and we made these overtakes count. One on Matsushita. Oof, I think it was. That was a nice one. And then closing down on Max Verstappen, this is where it started to get interesting, getting towards the points positions. We've got all the easy cars out the way. And then it started to get a little bit tougher. The Mercs and the Ferraris. Just running us onto the curb there. This was on the McLaren. On Lando for the lead. You can see there's paint missing off that side pod. That stage of the race was key for just before the pit stop. To get the passes done and then get into some clean air. And Sainz fighting us hard for second place. We got that move done as well. And then it was just about building a gap, consolidating second, and then bringing it home behind Lewis. Another great weekend for us. Another 1-2. Lewis is on form at the minute. It's very difficult to stop him. He's run away with a lot of these races, so I've got to watch out for him now. Never mind Max Verstappen. So it's becoming an inter-team battle rather than a battle with Mercedes outright. So Verstappen, I don't know. I think he's still gonna try and bring something. I think in the last couple of races, I can't believe that his championship is over. So with no further ado, if you enjoyed this race today, why not hit the like button? Give me a little thumbs up to show your appreciation. If you are not subscribed but you like this racing content and you want to see more on this channel, then why not subscribe so you get notified when the videos go up. And finally, thank you for watching this video today and enjoying this fight through the field with me. It's been a fun one. Sometimes we win from the front, sometimes we have to fight through, but we know we've got the gear and the car to do it now. So with that being said, we will see you in the next video for more F1 action from JDM Racing. And until then, take care guys.